స్పర్శతో దేవా నీ స్పర్శతో.
My dear good people, 3rd December, we just cannot forget, and especially we Indians and people all over the world, because on that day we celebrate the feast of Saint Francis Xavier. He's lovingly called Goenzo Sai. And today I wish to reflect with you the life of Saint Francis Xavier. A beautiful life. You know, we talk about personalities. And what is personality? Looks, walk, talk. But personality consists of the whole being. And Francis Xavier had that lovely personality. Lenin, one of the communists, he was the one to say once, give me 10 Francises and I can change the whole face of Russia. He thought about Saint Francis of Assisi. But if you see, we have many Francises. We have Saint Francis of Assisi, a model, the saint of creation. So many names are given to him. So also, Saint Francis Xavier is no less. He was born in 1506. And at the place named as Xavier, Navarra and Spain. That's what is called Francis Xavier. And you know when he died? He died in 1552. Just 46 years. Saint Francis of Assisi also died when he was 44. But these two Francises, in this short span of life, created history. In this short span of life, created memories. In this short span of life, created something we can hold on to as Christians or as human beings. Francis Xavier. You know, he had a great mind to study, and being from a noble family, so he was studying in the university where he encountered Ignatius of Loyola. And Ignatius of Loyola was on the verge of conversion. You know what happened to Ignatius of Loyola? He was sick, he was in the hospital. And being in the hospital, a book was given to him. He wanted to read the life of saints. And he asked the nurse, what life of saint? He wanted a philosophical book. But anyway, as he was reading the life of saints, that is the time he said, when these ordinary people can become saints, why not I? And remember, there was Saint Francis of Assisi's story. So he started his journey towards a new life of Christ, to give Christ. And there he met Francis Xavier and spoke to him, convinced him. But one sentence made the change. If you have gained the whole world and lost your soul, what profit it makes? If you have gained the whole world and lost your soul. And so Francis followed Ignatius. They were good companions. They formed the society. And Francis took a journey. So one aspect of Francis Xavier is He was a man. He was a person, a priest on the journey. He crossed oceans. He went to different lands. Second thing is that he learned languages. And you know which language? Japanese and Malayalam. Oh my, I find it so difficult to speak Malayalam. I know little Tamil, koncham terima, little Telugu, little bit of Kannada, and sure Marathi. But you see, a person coming from Spain learning Malayalam. And so he had that thirst for learning. And it seems that he also wrote the catechism in Malayalam. My Lord, what a wonderful achievement. And so he had that heart and mind, a very compassionate person. So he gave faith. He was the one who started St. Paul's College in Goa. So you see, Francis Xavier was a person filled with the love of Christ. And he did not give up very easily. There are other qualities. He was fiery, zeal, and missionary. So he just went on and giving the love of Christ to others. 10,000 people he brought to Jesus Christ. So many places he went visiting, giving them all what he calls Jesus. Also he worked miracles. And one miracle was a child got drowned. So he was praying. And then you get the crab bringing the crucifix. And there he saved the child. St. Francis Xavier is also known, for his courage and boldness. He did not give up so easily. One thing is that he had the determination to walk and walk and walk. So one thing we must always learn, my dear friends, from Francis Xavier: do not give up. And remember, whatever life we have, let us live to the full. To the full. Whatever talents you have, put it for the use of Jesus and for his mission. Many a times we say, oh, can I? But we can say, yes, I can, I will. And these are the saints, and one among them is Francis Xavier. He said, I can, I will. And that made him to cross boundaries. That made him to cross oceans. That made him to bring many people to Jesus Christ. So here we have the greatest missionary who gave Jesus Christ to the world. So also you and I am called the missionary. Remember, God telling us, go and multiply, renew the face of the earth. So we all have the responsibility to renew this face of the earth by our way of life. And remember, during every Eucharist, one message comes to you: go in the peace of Christ. So we are missionaries. And this year we call the year of hope, Jubilee year, the year of hope, Romans 5:5. Hope does not disappoint. So my dear sisters and my dear brothers, we are all missionaries. We are all come for some purpose. And that purpose is to live the life of Christ. He lived, St. Francis Xavier lived, we can also live, you can also live. So follow St. Francis Xavier, imitate him, and come. Let us also live our life to the full with Jesus Christ, in Jesus Christ, and for Jesus Christ, and for one and another.